Hey, hey. Hey, Desperate Housewives superfans. Welcome back to We Know What You Did.
It makes us sick.
We're going to tell. I'm Christy Gomez.
I'm Summer Moran, and if you're watching us on YouTube, you'll notice we have some new accessories.
That, and we sound a little bit perplexed because we believe that our mics are working while we record together. Come on.
This can't be real.
In Los Angeles. Well, I think it's still going. Okay. We are a bit perplexed because we have reason to believe that our mics are working as we are recording together in Los Angeles, California right now.
Which, if you've been keeping up with us for any length of time, you know is nearly impossible. So we're very excited, but we're cautiously optimistic. Let's put it that way.
Like, this is a huge deal for us. If you guys remember the last time we tried to record together, God, I don't even want to think about it. That was our worst episode, I think.
Yeah.
Because we were just
I would not
angry.
have called it good.
We were angry. Anyway, listeners, if you are tuning in on YouTube, you will see we are in Oz right now.
Yeah.
We are in the Wizard's house.
Ozzywood.
We're in Ozzywood. Ozzywood. Oh my God, these are kind of Ozzy Osbourne. Double
And
entendre.
You know what holiday is this Thursday?
Wicksgiving. Guys, not only are we in Oz, we saw the Wicked movie. Again, if you are an avid listener, you know what a big deal. They're like, we can only listen to one episode and we know. Like, we know this is a Wicked podcast as much as it's a Desperate Housewives podcast.
We loved every single minute of it, and we've spoken to a few of you over DM about Wicked, so thank you so much for indulging us in that interest as much as you have with Desperate Housewives.
The Wicked. Well, all of our listeners that we do follow, everybody is like obsessed with Wicked. So I feel like there
'Cause we
is a
have
Venn
an audience of
diagram.
Women and gays.
Real. The Venn diagram of Desperate Housewives superfans and Wicked superfans is simply a circle.
It is.
Yeah, it's all women and gays, which is why this is a safe space. Like, okay, women whose media is like has mainly a male audience always like stresses me out.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, that seems like an unsafe place to be.
There was this girl who came up on my TikTok. I have no idea why, because I do not interact with content like this, but the first thing she said was, men are better than women. And I had to do a double take. And I have to believe that this is rage bait. She wasn't Pearl,
Probably.
for those of you who are thinking it might be her. I don't remember this girl's name, but like she just said, men are better than women in every conceivable way, and here's why. And she started listing off the most ridiculous reasons I could ever think. And I was like, this deserves an immediate block. But like when you go into her comments,
Yeah.
there are people who are like, wow, finally somebody's talking about it. Like, it's scary.
That's so sad for her. But even like not that kind of stuff. It's just like, it's always like a woman who is like, will obviously be gorgeous, but like for the male gaze, and all the comments are like creepy men.
Yeah.
And it always makes me sad. I'm like, no, the best kind of audience you want to have is the girls and the gays. So that's why we love our audience. Anyway, here we are. My glasses that I'm wearing were gifted to me by a gay at the Groman's Chinese Theater who loved us because we were dressed. I was painted green fully.
Oh my God. Can we kind of give them the rundown from top to bottom?
Of course. Where do you want to start?
So, friend of the pod / Christy's roommate Amalia and I dressed up as Glinda. We had these plans.
Sorry.
It's okay. I know you can't help it. We've had these plans to dress up as Glinda, and then a friend of the pod, Hannah, whom you've heard about, and Christy were going to dress up as Elphaba. And then another friend came along, and she actually dressed as Dorothy. She's more of like a casual Wicked enjoyer, which is like totally fine. I'll allow it. So we get ready. We take our time. We were like getting ready for 2 hours, I think.
Real.
And we're so excited because we were like, you know what? Other people are going to be dressed up. Like, we want to look as good as everybody else. And we go to pick up friend of the pod, Hannah, at her job. And she is simply in a pink dress. So now we have 3 Glindas, 1 Elphaba in full body paint, and 1 Dorothy. And when we arrive at Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, we are the only ones dressed up.
Yeah.
With like little exception. There was like one other guy
Right.
in a pink suit and blonde wig.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, we were the only ones. And so the cameras are all on us. People are like looking at us and pointing, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love your outfits. You guys look amazing. Like, people were really into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, thank you. Why is nobody else doing this?
I know. I thought more people would because I've seen a lot of people do it on TikTok.
Yeah.
But it's for the best because then we got all the attention and people were kind of obsessed. Because again, we walked into an audience of Wicked fans who are girls and gays. So we walked in and everybody was so excited to see us.
Yeah, and it was really special because
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like they were filming for the like San Fernando Valley News or whatever, but that camera that kept coming up to us and being
Yeah.
like, oh, let's go from your shoes up. Like, that was so funny. And he was on us like 2 or 3 times.
It was. And he took a lot of photos with Flash. And here's my problem. The dress I was wearing is very sheer.
Oh,
And I did have skims underneath.
Yeah.
That makes me look very skinny and I look great in this dress. However, this was a new pair of skims that I had never worn before that was strapless. So I'm pretty sure that I'm full nip out in those photos. 100%.
really?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it on the internet, unfortunately, because I'm pretty. When the camera walked away, I was like adjusting, and I realized my, it was all the way down. So, yeah, it's not
I
good.
believe you are the reason I'm not going to be on the San Fernando Valley.
I mean, they
social
could just
media
cut me out or blur it or something, but like well, it also wouldn't be the San Fernando page because we were simply in Hollywood. What are you doing,
Oh.
Tofu? Hey, Tofu.
Well,
Tofu. Whatever, he's fine.
you know I don't know geography.
Yeah, because we told you we were going to walk from Studio City to Hollywood and you believed it.
I sure did.
Oh, yeah.
And now I think that that's not such a crazy thing since I did the hour walk today.
Which is so crazy because, like, you guys don't understand. Summer berated me and made fun of me every year in New York City for wanting to walk places, living in Manhattan. She'll walk long distances in Los Angeles, which, again, if you weren't so anti-walking any other time, I'd be like, amazing, nobody else does it. But it just doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, you live in the most walkable city in America,
No.
and you choose not to walk.
I think the joy of it comes from A, not spending money on a car, and B, like being in a different area, different environment.
Yeah.
So like you get to look around and see things that you don't see on a regular basis, especially since, you know, I spend way too much time just in my neighborhood.
Right.
And, like, not exploring outwards.
Yeah.
But this is all a long-winded way of saying, guys, Wicked was... Like, I am speechless. I think it was beyond every expectation I had.
No, me too. And like, I just, when they first announced they were putting it into 2 films, and I was like, okay, this is going to be bad, I fear. But it makes sense. And I think the more I've been listening to the OBC, the Broadway recording, because usually I will say, in the times before preparing for this movie to come out, I really only listened to, like, the Elphaba songs. I would always skip, like, the ensemble ones.
Sure.
But those are the best ones. Like, No One Mourns the Wicked, and thank goodness. I'm like, oh, wait.
You love Thank Goodness.
No, I really do right now. Like, and I've been sleeping on it for a long time. Hey, don't eat plastic. So I think, like, the tone is just going to be so different in the second movie. And it's exciting because we get to do all of this again next year.
And we get to get new costumes.
Real. Oh my God, I'm gonna be like, I don't think I'm gonna paint myself green next time though. Big heifer. Heifer. Okay. Heifer. I don't think I'm gonna paint myself green next time because I'm not really good at it. I looked great, but it like kept rubbing off, and it took so long to get off, and like obviously I was not gonna go to bed unless every single like there was no green left on me, so it was very, very difficult. But I'll definitely wear green next time. It just, I don't want to give too much away because the movie did just come out as of like yesterday officially, even though it feels like we were the last people to see this film.
It really does.
But I don't know, people know the plot, but it was just like the performances were so good. Everybody was incredible. Like I have truly no notes except, and I was saying to Summer and my roommate earlier, the only thing I could think of during Defying Gravity and through a lot of Cynthia's performances were like, you know what? If it couldn't be me, I'm glad it was her. Like,
A very reasonable thought.
when I saw her running around, I was like, you know what? I think I'm glad I stepped aside and didn't audition because
Oh my god.
because I think Cynthia Erivo deserved it.
Yeah, and so did John M. Chu and the entire casting team.
Yeah, and Ariana Grande especially, who kind of, I think she probably edited this film herself,
Yeah.
produced the vocals on set. She directed. I think that Ariana Grande could have done every single part in this movie, and I think it would have been amazing. Like Wicked, the one woman show.
Yeah.
Ariana, if you're listening.
I think she could have eaten as just dirty. Like she could really do every role.
No, she could. Also, I love that they met Bowen Yang played Fanny.
I know.
Like, people are sleeping on Bowen Yang's performance right now, but he was so funny. I love him.
Sleeping on his performance.
I just don't see people talking about him that much.
Well, he deserves a lot more hype because he was fantastic.
I love him. He's really the only reason why I tune in to SNL ever these days.
Yeah. He's special.
Yeah.
But when if you're listening.
But we're seeing Wicked again tomorrow. Summer saw it again yesterday at 2 p.m. I simply, had to work.
I can't relate.
Yeah, we
to
know.
working full time.
But yeah, I don't even know what else to say.
I really feel like this suffices as our moment of desperation, and I really would love to talk about the episode. How do you feel?
I think we could still talk about our moment of desperation. We've only been going for 13 minutes.
Okay, what was your moment of desperation?
Well, what was yours first? The listeners love hearing our moments of desperation. I feel like they'll be gypped if they're like, you only reviewed Wicked.
Okay, so I did already tell Christy this, so like my apologies.
I don't even remember.
No, you will as soon as I start telling
Okay.
you. So I've started taking improv classes, and I love improv comedy. I think I'm naturally like pretty decent at it, but you can always be better at something. So at my first class, there was this guy who I recognized, and I was like, where do I know him from? He was a little older, like maybe 40s, maybe early 50s, if that. But I was like, I've definitely seen him before. And he turned around and he was wearing a black t-shirt that said Victorious, like the logo from the Victorious TV show, which, like, I don't know about you, I never watched a lot of that. I caught like a few episodes when it was on from time to time, but like, I think I was also just coming out of Nickelodeon at that point. And of course, Miss Ariana Grande was on it. But whatever episodes I had seen, this guy must have been on. And he played the guidance counselor, Lane. And his real name is also Lane. So after class, he was very funny. I went up to him and I was like, oh, hey, Lane, you were on Victorious. And he was like, yeah, I was. And I truly was, I don't think I was coming across like any kind of fangirl, because I was really just stating as a matter of fact, oh, you were on this TV show. And I didn't want to be like, oh, I didn't really watch it, but I was like, oh yeah, it was a great show. And he was like, oh, thanks. So that was on a Thursday. I go back to class on Tuesday, which is a different teacher. It's a different class, but guess who's still there? Lane.
I hope he listens to this podcast.
He's going to come up to me next class and be like, you're on a podcast.
No, he's going to be like, hey, it happened to be I don't wear Victoria's merch every week. Sorry, spoiler.
Well, but and that's exactly what
I have to take these off.
he is in class that Tuesday, and it's like kind of a different set of characters. A couple people spilled over from Thursday's class, and Lane is wearing another t-shirt from Victorious. This one says Hollywood Arts, which is the school in the show. And I was like, that's a little bizarre to me. You know, like, you must own other clothing. Surely you own other clothing, and not for nothing, but it's starting to get cold in New York City. It's finally starting to turn. So, like, I know your entire closet cannot just be t-shirts. Like, you will freeze. So I really don't know what to make of that. He's a nice enough guy. I would like to get to know him a little bit better. But if I go to my next class and he is wearing...
Sorry, super fans. We just lost internet connection for a good 30 minutes. Deepest apologies. Anyway, so you were talking about Larry?
Lane.
Oh.
Yeah, basically, if I go to my third improv class and he's in another Victoria shirt, or if he's in a Nickelodeon shirt, period, like, something has to be done.
I kind of get him because that's me wearing Jonas Brothers After Party merch every day.
Yeah.
Like, if there's one thing about me, I'm going to wear my Jonas Brothers Yankee shirt or sweatshirt or other shirt I have, so.
That's true. So what was your moment of desperation?
I think my moment of desperation was, well, first of all, you guys, as per usual, something was wrong with me. So last weekend we tried to record and I was sick as a dog. I was sick Friday night. Literally had like body chills. My roommate and our friend were out here playing Mario Party. And I'm like in my bed wishing I could have fun. I just heard them like through my Tylenol.
Out of the sea.
My body was hurting so bad that like the Tylenol PM I took didn't even put me to sleep. It just like eased my body. It was crazy.
That's rough.
So yeah, that's why we didn't have an episode last week. Sorry.
I think they've come to expect like 2 episodes a month.
Not even like... You get what you get, you know? You get what you get and we're going to tell. Like, we're going through every episode, we're posting it, and they love it. It's like a little surprise.
Yeah.
Every week.
That we're going to tell girls.
So, whatever. So then, and I'm mad because we were gonna fully, like, I was gonna paint myself green for the episode we were gonna do for Wicked, but, I just, like, I can't do that unless I am fully feeling great.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. Anyway, so then, whatever. Unrelated. So last night we went to dinner with our friend of the pod, Anthony Lewis Lee.
I was waiting for that.
Child actor who we know from college. We were the hot trifecta, as Summer liked to call us, and nobody else really. And we went to this Mexican restaurant in close to where I live in Salsa and Beer, which if you live in Los Angeles you probably know it because it's a famous place. So we show up. Summer was with her friend Randy, and so me, friend of the pod Hannah, and
friend of the pod Hannah's fiance Kevin,
friend of the pod-in-law Kevin,
friend of the pod-in-law.
We all went to go meet Anthony, and Anthony says it's gonna be a 45-minute wait. So we're like, okay, fine. 2 hours later, we get a table, and like it was loud and delicious food. I need to heat up my quesadilla, but it was loud, and it was just like great food, great ambiance, had a blast. But for the 2 hours we were waiting, I was starving. And the only way I can put it is like I felt like I had a film on me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like when you get a new phone and it has like film.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel sometimes when I'm hungry. Like I just didn't feel myself. So whatever, we had great dinner, and then Anthony had plans after hanging out with us, but they ended up getting canceled. So everybody came over and we played Mario Party. Then my neighbors decided to show up at like 2 a.m. as we're wrapping up. Knocks on the door. We go down to his apartment. He has a stripper pole, so Summer was trying to... We should put that...
Yeah.
It's so funny. Summer was trying to dance on the pole to defy gravity. And then I woke up this morning. Like, I don't think I fell asleep till like 3:30.
Same. Because when I had like brushed my teeth and everything, I came back out here and I was like sitting at the table on my phone, and Christy stands in the doorway and she goes, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I said, I'm on TikTok. And she goes, it's 3:15 a.m.
Like, it was crazy. I just wanted to be in bed so bad. Then Tofu had the zoomies, so he was just darting around my room as I was trying to sleep. And then I woke up this morning at 11 a.m. and I was really sad about it because I hate waking up late. And again, I wasn't even drinking, so it's just like I don't think my body can sustain being up late anymore.
Yeah, not that late.
Yeah, I know, it was really crazy, but it was fun. But so today we've just been rotting and watching behind the scenes Wicked videos.
In preparation for tomorrow, which is Universal Studios Day and Wicked Day again.
I'm so excited for you to try the Wicked funnel cake.
I can't wait.
Like, I'm really, because I liked it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about eating it again. And the roasted corn flatbread. It's so good.
It's pink and green?
No, I sent it to you. It just has Oz dust on it. Where it says Oz and Parmesan cheese.
Wait, you know that line that Fiero has in the stage show? People are so empty-headed, they'll believe anything. It's giving that because it's like, people are so obsessed with Wicked, they'll buy anything.
It's true. People are so empty-headed, they'll believe anything.
Yeah.
Trump 2024, I guess.
But also because...
This is a political podcast.
But also because of his story arc.
I know, but I'm just relating it to modern times, you know?
Yeah, that's what she does.
Anyway, let's get into this episode.
Let's get into the episode.
Because we talk about Desperate Housewives on this podcast.
Sometimes we do. This is Season 3, Episode 11, No Fits, No Fights, No Feuds.
Also, if you're the listener who commented, R.I.P. Nessa Rose, you would have loved Stu's place, please show yourself, because that was so funny.
Reveal yourself.
Reveal yourself. We were cracking up at that for hours.
So we open with the journey of Alma Hodge, and we learn about how she tricked Orson into marrying her by getting pregnant. And she was really desperate to keep him around because she wanted him and loved him and thought that having a baby would make him love her. But then she ended up miscarrying.
But then she stays with Orson, and he's, like, obviously, like, not engaged in this, but she doesn't care. Do you know who she's kind of giving? She's kind of Nessa Rose, too.
Yeah.
Like, she traps Orson. Just like Nessa traps Bach.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then we see the real story of how she disappeared. This is how to disappear.
I don't know that song.
That's crazy. How to Disappear by Lana Del Rey. That's her best song ever. Anyway.
No, video games.
No.
Wait, what's the one that's like, it's you, it's all for you. Everything I do, I tell you all the time. Heaven is a place on earth with Blanche. Oh, that's what I usually sing to Blanche.
You wanna do.
Boy, honey, is that true?
Honey,
Now you've bomb.
That's video games.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so we see the real story, and he caught her, and she's like, I'm leaving you. And he goes, okay. And then she gets upset that he's not upset, so then she's like, I'm going to frame him for murder.
Period. Wait, what's the one that's like...
You're kind of giving Alma Hodge.
Hey!
Yeah, you're Alma.
Meaning what?
This is something you would do.
Yeah.
If you told a man I'm leaving you, and they were like, okay, you would frame them for murder for not being upset.
And he would deserve it.
That's crazy.
He had it coming. He had it coming. But then we see the aftermath of this disappearance, this departure. Basically, Alma really wanted to punish Orson for not being upset that she was going to leave him. And she shows up to Bree's house, and Alma introduces herself, and Bree immediately faints.
And then Susan, Lynette, and Gabby are gossiping about Bree, and Susan's straight up like, I saw he was in the mental institution, and they're like, how'd you find that out? And she was like, I snuck into his office and went through all his things. That's kind of me. She's like, I'm not really supposed to know this, but I know. Like, that's me.
And not for nothing, but Susan was like, oh, well, he went to the psych ward when he was a teenager for depression. Now, I understand this was like 2006, but like the number of teenagers who go there for depressive behaviors and depressive feelings now, it's like, okay, that doesn't make him special, Susan.
Yeah, like who doesn't go to the psych ward these days?
Yeah, everybody's kind of doing it. No offense.
Like either you have been to the psych ward,
or you know someone who has.
been.
Yeah.
So it's really not that big of a deal.
Or both.
True.
True.
And then no. So then we're back at Bree's, and Alma's basically telling Bree that she's been in Canada the whole time without credit cards and this whole thing, and she wanted everybody to think Orson killed her because she's normal.
Because she's normal?
I said that sarcastically.
Oh.
And then Orson comes in, and
Almond.
Alma says something, and Orson doesn't even recognize her voice. Like, that's how little he cares about her.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Then we see Gabby on a picnic date with Ashley's hot dad, who is maybe named Bill, but I just call him hot dad.
Me too. That's all I have in my notes.
Mm-hmm. And Gabby's not really enjoying this picnic because it's so not her thing. Like, there are bugs. She's sitting on the grass. It's not her ideal date.
And then she gets a phone call, and it's Carlos, and Carlos is watching from Mike's porch, and she's like, "What are you doing at Mike's house?" And he's like, "I've been living here for weeks. Like, you didn't notice my car in the driveway this whole time." And Gabby's like, "Why would I care? Why would I notice that?" And he's like, "Okay, well, I've been... Every step you take, I'll be watching you."
We have so many songs we have to add to.
I
We're
know.
going to sing playlist.
We're gonna sing.
That's not really how it goes. It's more like, we're going to sing.
We're gonna sing.
Okay, so then Tom comes home with Kayla in tow, and she is showered with a bunch of gifts. They're not particularly good gifts. One of the boys gives her a video game and goes, "I get to play it whenever I want." And it's like, you know, I feel bad because I don't think this is how Lynette raised them.
Yeah.
And like that has to be Tom's influence or something. I don't know. But Lynette then gives her a doll, and she's like, "Oh, this was my grandmother's. I know you'll take really good care of her. You know, she's very important to me."
And then she does not look grateful, and then she bangs the doll. Like, she's walking up the stairs,
Yeah.
and we see a shot of her banging its head. Obviously, Kayla did not see the movie Toy Story, because, like, how are you treating a toy that way? It just stressed me out. Like, Lynette, don't give... You have a daughter. Like, you have a
Yeah.
little daughter. Don't give her your doll.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we're starting to see sociopath Kayla come up. That was kind of my favorite storyline of this episode, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
The Kayla storyline, like
I
over
got
the
some
next
giggles.
few episodes, really stresses me out.
I got some giggles out of it. Then Alma comes back, and she says, Orson says he set the bird free. Oh, this made me upset because I'm
Yeah.
like, why did you leave your bird? Like, you didn't love it enough, clearly. And then Alma says she just came back for closure and nothing else.
Yeah. Sorry. Then, of course, we have yet to really see Susan, so we're going to dig into her story now. And she tells Julie that she's going to the jailhouse to see Mike against Ian's wishes.
As she's, like, putting on lipstick,
Yeah.
and Julie's like, "Why are you putting on lipstick to go to the jail?" And she's like, "I'm not. Like, I don't care. She's like, "But I thought you told Ian you would never see him again." She was like, I can't just, like, disappear. Like, Mike needs to know why I'm not going to be around. Like, I'm going to go see him for the last time ever.
And
But
her
she's,
reasoning
no.
was kind of like, oh, well, obviously, like, Ian will understand. I have to, like, tell Mike what the deal is, and then I won't see him again.
Right. Which I get.
I get that, too.
A normal person with what's the attachment that's good? Secure.
secure attached would be like, okay, fine.
Yeah, but nobody in this show has that.
No.
Then we are back to Bree, who sees Susan leaving so that she can go to the jailhouse, and she all of a sudden is like, oh, Alma, you should come over for dinner this week, because she wants to show all of her friends that Alma is alive and well.
And then we see Susan at the jail with Mike, and I noticed that Mike has the light back in his eyes.
Because of Susan.
Like, he's not acting like...
Yeah.
Oh, my friends again. Oh, what's going on?
Did you say, oh, my friends again?
Yes, because he was like, Carlos, we're best friends. I don't remember you. And Carlos was like, yeah, we were. 2 episodes ago.
I heard you say, all my friends are gay.
No, all my friends again.
Oh.
Who are my friends again, is what I said.
Oh, my friends again. I think we should write a Desperate Housewives rap.
I thought you were going to say fanfic. I was like, you've been saying you're going to do that for 3 seasons.
Well, I've done one fanfic.
Yeah.
Also, guys, if you have Desperate Housewives fanfic you would like to send to us, like, we would love to read it out.
That's kind of a strong word. Like, I don't like fan fiction, so I think that's a you thing.
Okay, well, I can do it myself and post it in the middle of the week when we're slacking on an episode. Hey, Desperate Housewives superfans, this is co-host Summer, and today we're reading.
We're trying our best. So Mike's also like, I can't believe I remembered, I believed all the lies Edie told me. Like, oh my God, you were there the whole time. And wait, oh my God, what did she say? I just quoted even an ex who doesn't remember dating you. Kind of hurt. Oh, I remember, because Susan was like, Ian doesn't want me seeing, like, my ex, so we can't see each other again. And he goes, even an ex who doesn't remember dating you?
Right.
Ouch.
I wrote that Mike has the audacity to friend zone Susan, and I don't remember, he must have said something like, oh, you're a good friend.
Yeah, well, he knows she's with Ian. Whoa. Went off. Why'd this go off now?
No. You want to unplug it and plug it back in?
No.
What?
There we go. For some reason, hitting this mic works, and that's weird. Whatever. Yeah, no, it just made me sad. Like, that's a mean thing to say. Mike's so bad this season.
Well, he only has like half a brain this season, so.
If he's Fiero! If
I only had a brain.
He is so Fiero coded. Like,
really?
We definitely talked about if Wisteria Lane would put on a production of Wicked.
Yeah.
Like, this has been spoken of. He would definitely be Fiero.
He would have to be, but also, like, Mike is so chill and easygoing, and Fiero is so, like, carefree and just...
But I think, like, he could play that. Like, if Mike Delfino was playing Fiero. Like, James Denton kind of could have bodied Fiero, I think.
Who did we fan cast for Bach?
I don't remember. I would say Andrew.
I feel like Andrew would be, like, a stagehand. Stagehand-drew. Wait, who's like... Oh, Zach. Zach could be Bach.
Zach is Bach in this season, actually. Yeah. We're going to see him soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not done casting Wicked again.
No, we got to move on. We got to move on.
Who's Bo and Yang on Wisteria Lane?
Andrew. He would be Fanny.
Yes.
That's...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, typecasting the gay. The one gay character. So then we have dinner at the Scavos, and Kayla wants to eat in front of the TV, and Lynette's like, oh, she goes, my mommy let me eat in front of the TV until she brutally was murdered in front of your eyes and you let her die. And Lynette's like, oh, you're right, you could eat in front of the TV. And then the kids are like, and she goes, no. And she starts screaming at them, but she won't scream at Kayla. So she's kind of letting them do whatever. She's kind of letting Kayla do whatever she wants. I keep misgendering all these characters. I see, and this is like where it starts to be uncomfy for me because I have trouble with conflict. And so with Lynette there, I was kind of like, what is she gonna do? Like, how is she supposed to figure this out? She's so stuck between a rock and a hard
Yeah.
place.
Then all the boys go on the couch, and she's like, whatever.
Then Gabby's on a date with this nerd, Ashley's hot dad.
Yeah, and there's flowers on the porch, and she's like, oh my god, thanks for the flowers. And these aren't from me. She's like, oh. And he goes, oh, well, that's nice of somebody to do. And she goes, you're not jealous that somebody else sent me flowers? And he goes, no, why would I be? And it kind of ticks her off a little bit.
Yeah, because this also calls back to the episode when Gabby was like, Carlos, I don't want you to be mellow and like zen and peaceful. I want you to go beat that guy up.
Yeah.
Remember?
Wait, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, she loves toxicity.
She does. And then she takes it from Carlos, so she runs over to him in the middle of her date, and he's just casually lifting weights in the... I was cracking up, because this is probably like 10 p.m. And he's in Mike's garage with the door open. Just like an NPC. Oh my god, NPC Carlos returns.
NPC Carlos returns.
And he is just like lifting
Ice cream!
weights.
Ice cream!
Gracias por las rosas. Gracias por las rosas. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. And she's like, why'd you send me the flowers? And he's like, I didn't. I said he's so blasé. I don't know why that's the term I wrote. Because I did watch this episode a week ago. Hoping
Same.
to record.
I'm surprised I remember any of this. But what I do remember is that Carlos is very much like, okay, I didn't send you flowers. Like, what is your issue? And Gabby is very paranoid and suspicious of him.
And then Lynette finds the doll in the trash. Not only did Kayla throw it away, but she ripped off its arms and stuffed it with chili.
She mutilated this doll.
No, it made me really sad. Again, like, I'm from a Toy Story generation,
Yeah.
so I was like, I would never treat a gift like that.
No, of course not. And when I was a kid, my grandma had all of these different porcelain dolls. I loved to, like, quote unquote play with them, but not really.
Yeah.
It was like I would go up to them and be like, oh, this one, whatever. And I had one that looked like me and one that looked like my mom. And I cannot imagine, like, at my young age, knowing how sacred and special those were and how, you know, you're not supposed to, like, tamper with them.
Yeah.
You know, like Kayla obviously has the wherewithal. She knows exactly what she's doing, which makes it that much more sinister.
Sinister Kayla. We'll get a name for her eventually. And then, so Lynette's telling Tom about this, and Tom is like sitting, like laying there flexing. Like he's laying in the bed with like his arms up like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this like the choice that you decided to make? He wanted
Right,
to show off
right.
his guns.
His guns.
Guns.
I just hate when men don't wear socks, and he was not wearing socks.
I did
in that
notice
scene.
that the toes were out.
It's like, stop.
Like, come on, Doug Savant, like, why weren't you wearing shoes? What, like a slipper? Put on a slipper. I don't want to see bare feet on TV. No, wasn't there that episode where he was like rubbing Lynette's feet?
Yes,
It was really freaky.
No, the scoff was like, there's definitely a foot fetish in
I
there
don't like
somewhere.
it. So Tom says he needs to discipline her. And also, I was wondering, like, what happened to Lynette's job? Because she was like, it would be nice if you were home every so often. And he's like, the restaurant doesn't build itself. Like, I'm trying to do this. And I'm thinking, like, last we checked, Lynette was like an SVP of a marketing company.
Yeah.
Did she quit? Do we not remember?
No, she still works at Parcher Murphy.
Yeah, so, like, who's running Parcher Murphy? Whose place is it now? Because now I'm confused.
Right.
They completely dropped. Last season, she was, like, girl boss.
Right.
Gatekeep girl boss. And now they just completely dropped it. Again, probably our notes that The Office seemed like a completely different show.
Right.
So they had to do away. R.I.P. Stu's place.
We could have at least had her like working from home, you know?
Working from home, or I would have liked to know why. Oh wait, is she not working because of her injury? Maybe
Okay.
she might go back to work soon.
I'll buy that.
I
yeah.
think she goes
yeah.
back to work soon, actually.
I miss Nina.
Me too. I hope she's doing well.
Yeah.
I feel like the Nina Lynette scene, one of those, I feel like it had to have been at Salsa and Beer. I just know
Oh.
something was filmed there.
Yeah, yeah.
If you guys know, if you're any like Desperate Housewives location experts, let us know. What?
I just realized we're gonna go to Wisteria Lane tomorrow.
Oh
my God.
We've been so engulfed in Wicked, we forgot. Guys, we're going to Universal tomorrow. We have to go on the tour. So then Julie and Austin are making out, and he tries to have sex with her, and she goes, I'm not ready. And he's like, okay, that's fine. And I said, my note was he's being a little too nice about it.
Yeah,
And
so
then
true.
we get to Julie telling Danielle the next day, because I guess they're friends.
I also giggled at this because Andrew shows up and he says how Austin's not even gay after 3 beers, which is so funny.
Yeah, because Danielle's like, oh my God, no, I think that's good. Like, he's a really good guy. Like, he's being respectful. And Andrew comes in and he goes, no, he's getting it somewhere else. And she's like, that's not true. And he goes, yeah, it is. All men are like that. But again, like, right? Yeah, but like, there's like 16, 17.
Yeah.
So I think 17-year-old, not all 17-year-old boys are getting it somewhere else.
Help.
But Austin definitely is.
Yeah, because like, how many options do they have realistically?
Exactly.
But something that was so funny was that Danielle, it comes out that she has a nickname at school, Vanda Tramp, because she's rather promiscuous. Mm-hmm. I just thought that was clever.
Yeah, and then Julie goes, you started calling yourself that. And she goes, well, yeah, but it was better than all the other names that they were saying
Right.
about me. So I'm like, didn't we call her Vanda Tramp?
It sounds like something we would say, but I don't know that we did.
I feel like we did. If there are any avid listeners who remember stuff we say, did we say Vanda?
Nobody's that big of a super fan of ours.
They might have good
Yet.
memories, though.
True.
Then we are at Gabby's, and she's telling Hot Dad she needs to stop at the florist's on their way to the date because she is freaking out over who sent these flowers, and she will not let it go.
Then Susan calls up the detective to drop a dime on Orson. She's like, is that what it's called? Which, it's so funny, but she also really pissed me off in this because she is so hell-bent on getting, like, Mike off that, of being charged, that she is willing to just throw everything at Orson, even though she doesn't have all the evidence, all the information. And she gets a beep from Bree while she's on the phone with the detective. And that's when Bree is inviting her over to dinner later that week.
And it was a great scene of her, like, going back and forth between the detective and Bree, and she goes to the detective, and she goes, oh my God, she's on the other line. She doesn't know I'm calling you. And he goes, well, then don't tell her.
Yeah. It was very much giving like, doctor, it hurts when I do this.
Yeah.
Well, don't do that.
But I understand why she did it, because, like, that is pretty damning evidence if he lied about having an affair with a dead woman. What is your penis on that dead woman's phone?
What?
Or no, I feel like I've done that on the pod before. From How to Get Away with Murder, Viola Davis. That's like an iconic scene.
I've never seen
Why
that.
is your penis on the dead woman's phone? You've never seen it?
No.
Wait, it's like iconic.
That was
line.
like so out of context. I thought you were doing Ian.
No.
Because that's also your Ian impression.
It's not gonna come up on.
Yeah, why is your penis on a dead woman's phone is not gonna come up.
Viola Davis.
Look, it's tofu.
How
Hey.
to Get Away with Best Scene. Okay, I'm sure she had a lot of good scenes. It's literally. Dang it. Dead woman's phone, How to Get Away with Murder quote. Yes! Why is your penis on a dead girl's phone?
Wait, pull it up.
Like, it's iconic. Like, she's
Degreenifying.
out of Alexa. Okay, girl.
close, but we figured out another way. Sam?
Yeah.
Why is your penis on a dead girl's phone?
It's iconic.
That's really funny.
Yes. Sam, why is your penis on a dead woman's phone? Dead girl's phone. Anyway, Viola Davis, if you're listening, we love you. So that's what it's giving. It's like Brie is stupid with love. If
So
she
true.
we should watch Mean Girls the musical.
And what, on the Patreon?
No, tonight.
We're supposed to go to the good night. I know, I'm tired.
I'm so tired.
But we didn't do karaoke last time. Maybe we'll make some TikToks.
I'm so tired.
Well, maybe I'll make some TikToks. Okay.
Anyway, maybe we'll see how we feel later.
It's 7:20.
So Bree's like stupid with love. So I think it's good that Susan did that, but maybe think about your timing.
If they were doing Mean Girls the musical in Wisteria Lane, who do you think would be in it?
Edie would play Regina.
Naturally.
For sure. The guy at Salsa and Beer called me Edie last night.
What?
Because I went to the table. Or when I was asking for Anthony Lee. And he didn't hear me. And he said, what's the name? I said, Anthony Lee. And he goes, Edie?
Oh, that's funny.
And I went, no, you don't know the reference. Maybe he's a listener.
Yeah, he definitely recognized you from our 3 YouTube videos.
He did. So
Stupid with love.
yeah, so at the same time that Susan's calling the police, Bree's inviting her to dinner, and Bree's like, Susan, she's like, well, thanks, I'm glad you finally came to your senses and you're going to apologize. And Bree's like, that's exactly what I'm doing.
And then Gabby and Hot Dad stop at the florist. Gabby's in there with the florist herself, and she's like, I need to know who sent me these flowers. And the florist looks at the card, and she's like, oh, sorry, the buyer asked to remain anonymous. And Gabby is not taking no for an answer.
So she locks the florist in the fridge to get the receipt. And I think this is a trope, because I saw this in The Nanny once. Fran locks this woman in the fridge at the florist, and it turns out to be her new boyfriend's mom. Or no, I think it's Mr. Sheffield's mom. And he locks in the fridge, yeah.
Wow.
So that's what it reminded me of. If we have any Nanny fans, which I'm sure we do.
Of course.
And then Hot Dad walks in, and it's so funny. Gabby has like receipts and orders like in her mouth. She's freaking out. And
she's rabid.
He's like, hey, I don't think this is gonna work. Like, you're not over Carlos. And she's like, yes, I am. And he goes, you just imprisoned a florist to see if he sent you roses.
Aww.
And she's like, yeah, you're right. I'm not ready to date. And then she walks out. And then the florist is like, I'm ready to date.
Yeah.
Which this kind of made me sad, because I feel like they were making fun of that woman for not being attractive.
I know, I got
and
that
old.
too.
I was like, oh, that's sad. Because it was like the gag was that she would never have that man.
Then Lynette and the kids are out for lunch.
I love this scene.
They're like at the mall or something, and they're having lunch, and then they start to leave, and Kayla is not finished with her ice cream, and she refuses to get up until she's finished. I hated this scene.
I loved it, because then Lynette, so before Tom had said, he was like, you know what, treat her like one of your kids, like just discipline her. So she's like, Kayla, we're leaving, I have to get to a dinner. And she goes, I haven't finished my ice cream. So she starts eating super slow, and Lynette is trying to be nice.
Yeah.
And then she's like, we're leaving, and tries to pull her out. Kayla starts screaming at the top of my lungs, you're not my mommy, you're not my mommy, you're not my mommy, you're not my mommy.
The top of my lungs.
The top of her lungs. You're not my mommy!
Amelie is sleeping.
No, she's not. She's in there. And then she gets in the car and she's freaking out. And she'd already sent the boys in the car. And then she looks at them and she goes, how would you like to eat dinner in front of the TV for a whole week. And they're like, yeah, let's go. Then the next shot, so she uses them to pull her out of the restaurant. The shot was so funny because they have the three of them. They have the three of them just standing like little henchmen, like cracking their knuckles like they were in the mob. And I was crying. And I think one of them goes, we can either do this the easy way or the hard way. And then they pull her out by her hair.
Yeah, she's fully being dragged
and
through the parking
shove
lot.
her in the car, and it was so funny.
Now, the next scene is Julie and Austin. They're like laying in the grass. I was wondering, are they under the secret meeting trellis?
I don't think so. I think they're fully in the woods.
Oh, well, they're making out in the woods. My note says that this feels fake and dramatic, and I genuinely don't know what possessed me to write that.
Do you know what it was giving me a little bit? As long as you're mine. So yeah, so Julie goes, I'm ready.
Yeah, she all of a sudden is ready to have sex with Austin because of what Andrew said.
Yeah.
Hate it.
And then we see Mike in prison. Guys.
Yeah.
So Mike, sorry, I haven't had a voice for a week, you guys. I can't do my scream. Tofu.
He doesn't like that, I don't think. Neither do the listeners. They're all like, when is she going to stop?
So Mike's talking to an inmate, and they're like, I see you're a newcomer because you're picking through your food. And he's like, yeah, I don't remember much of the last 2 years. Which, first of all, he should remember the last time he was in prison. So you think
Oh,
he'd remember
yeah.
prison food.
Right.
But anyway, he goes,
Remember your prison chef era?
yeah,
Those were the
I
days.
know. Now I'm a real chef. No. So he's like picking through his food and he goes, I don't remember the last 2 years. And then we hear a voice that says, I think I can help you with that. And it's Paul Young.
Listeners, I gasped.
The Messiah has returned.
Audibly gasped.
No, me too. I completely forgot he comes back.
Yeah, so did I.
I was in shock. I was like,
Thank God.
Thank goodness.
It really has been too long since we've seen this beautiful, wonderful man. And anybody who has a problem with it, write it on our TikTok.
Paul, they do. And then we're like, okay, get a life. Oh my God, you guys, we went live on TikTok the other day.
We did?
And yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
And
like a second.
We got banned, almost banned 2 times. The first time because I said, yo mama. And I don't know why that's a bad thing to say. But then we got banned again because I called somebody ugly. But it was only because she said I'm more attractive than you guys. And I was like, well, first of all, not true. Second, I was like, you wouldn't take the time to write that on somebody's Insta or TikTok if you had low self-esteem. So maybe you need to look inward.
And her name was Jimena.
Jimena, we're coming
Which
for
is
you.
actually a really pretty name, but not a pretty girl, I guess.
Yeah, beautiful name, ugly girl.
I want to title it Beautiful Name, Ugly Girl so bad, but it has nothing to do with the episode.
Well, she's mean, so she's ugly inside.
Yeah.
Don't know what she looks like, but she's an ugly person.
Guys, if you are speaking in the background, I have no idea who that is.
Jimena's like an active listener. She's like, I was quoting somebody on Desperate Housewives. But thanks.
Sorry, listener
So, yeah,
Jimena.
I think Jimena reported us, but it's like, don't dish out what you can't take.
Literally.
So anyway, back to Paul Young. I was just like, I completely forgot, and I love it when Paul and Mike team up.
I know.
So-
they are so much stronger together.
Yes. They're kind of Alpha and
and
Glinda.
Mike is Glinda?
Mike is Glinda.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Kiss me too fiercely.
Like, imagine Paul and Mike singing.
Gender
For
bent, wicked. AI can do that. I can fuss around
Okay,
with that.
somebody who knows AI, get Mike Shelfino and Paul Young to sing For Good.
I have an 11 Labs account.
I don't know what that is. And also, oh my god, Loathing.
Unadulterated loathing.
That's them.
That is them.
And then they come to be friends. Like, this is literally wicked. This is wicked.
This is wicked.
Whoa.
Steven Schwartz needs to write the score for Desperate Housewives the musical.
Wait. Mark Cherry. Because they're doing a nanny musical, so why not Desperate Housewives?
We'll discuss this later. Wait, but the way we both just paused and then went... Guys, if you are not watching the YouTube video, like, please tune into this timestamp. Because that was really uncanny.
Okay, so if we're writing the book for it
Yeah.
with Mark Cherry, who
With Mark Cherry's permission.
I think, yeah, but I mean, he would still like have to EP or something.
He can be a consultant.
Right.
On
So who
his
are we gonna
show.
put on to compose and write the music?
Steven Schwartz.
Okay.
Yeah. With extra lyrics by Alan Menken.
I think Lin-Manuel Miranda could come in and do some stuff
Lin-Manuel
too.
Miranda.
Like, he could give us some
I guess.
like some Carlos and Gabby Latino verses.
Yes. Yes.
No, he should play Carlos.
Wait.
I kind of see it.
He's too, like, scrawny to be Carlos. He's, like,
Beef
not...
up.
Oh.
Beef up, Lin-Manuel.
Well, Carlos is, like, so macho, and
That's
Lynn is
true.
so,
yeah,
like...
I guess he's not much. No, you know who could play him in if we're going like the Lin-Manuel Miranda universe? Christopher Jackson. I don't think
Okay.
he's Latin, but he's Latin passing, and it could
Okay, and then who should we be in it?
I don't know. Like, I feel like we're too young looking, but we are the age that
Yeah.
Gabby was.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, I mean, we could like alternate. Like, we could play like Julie and Danielle. We could play the kids.
Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then Marsha Cross can be Bree. Wait, it's... You see the 4 main housewives? They're all different except Marsha Cross. And then everything feels like it's alternate universe.
I think Felicity Huffman would do it.
Can she sing?
I don't know. Does Marsha sing?
She'll learn.
Why do you think Marsha will learn and not Felicity?
Because Marsha's actively acting right now.
That's true.
Like,
So
she's
is
always
Felicity.
in...
Ooh. Maybe you should cut this out. But I've heard some things that she's doing through the grapevine. I guess you don't have to cut it out because I'm not really giving any information. She's just
I'm not getting any
an actress
information.
who's working. Cut. Alex is working on a show with her.
Right.
right
Felicity,
now.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut.
Okay.
Cut. Heard it here first.
That's funny.
Okay, Desperate Housewives the musical. And it could be based on just season 1.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Paul's song would be like a Paul's power ballad where like it's sort of his finale and he's singing about how it feels to be the outsider and all he wanted was to bring his family together and like protect his family and love them, and it would be like this dual, you know, like Jekyll and Hyde basically.
Yeah.
And then he has a cape that he swings over and like he's out.
So he has a cape now?
I'm just thinking about the costume design.
Or like maybe instead of a cape, that's like he's like swinging over like the carpet he rolls. Does he do that, or am I making that
No,
up?
he does.
He does do that. Okay. He's
That's
like,
a great idea.
oh my god, Martha Hooper Paul Young duet.
I can see it now.
Oh my god.
I like to snoop, ba da 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 da.
I like to
Da
kill,
da 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 da. Ba da 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 da
oh my
da
god,
da.
and like Zach, his like, it could be like a schizo sonnet.
What?
Schizophrenia sonnet.
Oh, that could actually be fun musically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like there's so much going on in his head. He could be like crazy.
You
I
make
can't
me
believe we're gonna win a
crazy.
Tony.
We're gonna EGOT.
We're gonna EGOT hard. Yeah. Okay, so whoa.
What are you looking at?
I don't know, just my funny girl vinyl. It's just making me think.
Well, you guys, we're gonna have the Desperate Housewives musical written by the end of the year.
Honestly, on my holiday break, I'll do it. And all you listeners are going to get pre-sale tickets. You'll all get a code.
So
They will all our OG listeners will be invited to opening night.
yes, and do you remember the girls who did the Bridgerton musical?
No.
Okay, Barlow and Bear, they got in trouble for it when they started like charging money for an actual performance and
Yeah.
for money, for music rather. But when they were just putting stuff on TikTok, it was fine.
Right.
Like Netflix couldn't do anything because they weren't making any money off of it.
Okay, yeah. Oh my god. We'll start putting songs on Netflix.
Yeah. No, on TikTok.
Yeah, on TikTok.
We don't have access to Netflix, Krista. We'll start putting songs on
Access
Netflix.
server. We have to call SS Steven.
I can get in touch with him.
Okay, Steven Schwartz, if you are listening. Oh my god, I feel like spoiler, Glinda in the beginning of Wicked. Steven Schwartz, if you're listening, please. Like when she's on the little radio going, "The Wicked Witch of the West is dead." That's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Steven Schwartz.
Yeah. Oh.
The Wicked Witch of the West
Is dead.
Steven Schwartz, if you're listening, we have a job for you.
We got a proposition. We can't pay you much, but
We will pay you nothing, but you have so much money.
I
Like,
know.
you can do it for free.
I can
We
do-
need investors. We need to call Mark Platt.
Okay.
Hey, Ben Platt, I know you're a listener. Can you please tell your father that we need $1 million?
Ben Platt knows I have beef with him.
Have we like talked about how much we hate Ben Platt?
No, we have not.
We love Ben Platt.
We love Ben Platt. He's our favorite.
He's our favorite.
Period.
Period.
Wait, because Ben Platt's gonna want to be in it. He's gonna want to play Zach.
He could. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we'll give him Zach. I think
Yeah.
that would be good.
Yeah.
We'll say to you, Ben, like you could be in our Desperate Housewives musical if you have our dad give us millions of dollars and you can
Our
play-
dad. Kiss me too
Mark Platt is
fiercely.
all of our dad.
Mark Platt is father.
Yeah.
Daddy Platt. Dear Daddy Platt. Give me some money.
Seriously, I don't need any money from him. Actually, maybe give me some money. Daddy Platt, please. Please, Daddy. Please, Daddy Platt.
Now it's gonna be called Please Daddy Platt. Also, Platt is kind of like a funny last
It
name.
is Platt. But like Mark Platt, like he doesn't even do anything. He just gives money and puts his name on stuff.
Yeah.
I can get his information, I bet. Mark Platt, is he on Instagram?
He's MARC.
I did that.
Oh.
Mark Platt.
At Real Mark Platt.
Mark Platt, PGA.
PGA.
Mark Platt, I bet that's him.
Yeah. Show the listeners.
Should I DM him for free?
I'm begging you. Hey, Mark Platt, it's us. My name is Christy Gomez. Oh my god.
Hey,
No, because
Mark.
I think if we had...
That's absolutely Mark Platt.
There's no way that's not him.
I just requested to follow him from our account.
He has 0 followers. Oh no, he has 0 posts, but 68 followers.
I think he'll let us follow.
I think so. Like, he's obviously not... Like, it can't be that hard.
He's gonna see this and be like, oh.
Oh, right. I look so large, Christy. I look like a marshmallow.
Oh, I know. This is terrible.
Daddy Platt.
Visuals. Hey.
Ah,
Whoa. My face looks bad right now.
same as we. Hi.
We're writing a musical now.
That's good.
Yeah. With Mark Platt.
Are you okay? You sound congested.
No.
No, you're not okay?
I've been congested for like a week.
Oh.
I was like, I feel like your voice is so different right now than it was.
No, it is. I've been congested all week.
That's chit-tastic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish
All right,
this.
let's get back to the episode. Let's get back to the episode.
Back to the
If
episode.
you're listening and there's noise in the background, my roommate just walked in.
Her name is Amalia, if anybody wants to say hi. I know listener Jack just went, hi, Amalia.
He did.
Hi.
She says hi back. Let's see, where were we?
So then we have Tom putting Kayla to bed, and Tom starts talking to Kayla about her behavior, her rancid behavior. And Kayla says that it's Lynette's fault about what happened to Nora, and Tom is like, oh shit, I skipped something.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't? Okay.
Because I have Paul Young appears, and
Oh,
we just
okay.
did like a 10-minute bit on that, so.
So let me just go back for 1 second.
Okay.
What happened to Nora. And Tom is basically just trying to, like, fix that line of thinking.
Yeah, and then she goes, I'm never gonna love her. She's not my mommy. And Lynette's fully listening.
Yeah.
So that kind of made me sad, but like, get this demon out of your home.
Yeah, no, Lynette's home needs to be exorcised.
No, she is kind of Antichrist low-key.
Yeah.
I saw this thing about how Donald Trump is the Antichrist, and his birthday has 3 sixes in it, because he was born on the 6th day of the week, June 6th, the 6th day of the week, 6th month, 1946.
Oh, that's weird.
And in the Bible it says, like, they'll wear, like, his name on their forehead, like a hat.
That is
There's
so
a bunch
spooky.
of other stuff, too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's red.
What's the significance of red?
The devil is red.
Real. And interesting how that's the color the Republican Party chose.
Interesting.
Donald Trump, I know you're listening. I like my suitcase. Okay, I gotta get... Okay. Gotta get back on track. Okay, so then we're at the dinner, and Gabby's on her little way, and she has to go and confront Carlos, and she's like, me and Bill split, by the way. And he's like, okay. Don't do that. Stop.
Sorry, it was an intrusive thought.
I know.
Carlos maintains that he simply did not send the flowers, but that he got dragged to the ballet.
Oh, yeah, I think he was going on a date to the ballet or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, okay.
Who was he on the date with?
I don't know. All my notes for this says... What?
Says what?
All my notes for this says they chat and catch up.
Yeah, they do kind of chat and catch
And then
up, don't
she
they?
says he's going to be a tough act to follow. And I'm like,
Oh,
is he?
he's not.
Because he forcefully made you sign a post-nup. Then he switched your birth control so you get pregnant. And he did a lot of other bad abusive
He
things. But yeah,
went
sure,
to
tough act
jail
follow.
for what was it called, Christy?
Slave labor?
Slave labor.
He did go to jail for slave labor.
Slave labor.
He did. I forgot about the slave labor.
He's not a tough act to follow. She has simply no standards.
I think she does have very high standards, and like, it's just like money.
Now I'm down bad crying at the
At
gym.
least there was passion.
Everything comes out teenage
Also,
petulance.
like the hate crime. Like, I think he's a
The hate crime.
easy act to
No,
follow.
no. The hate crimes. Plural.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we see Alma over at Breeze. She is up in like a bedroom or a bathroom or something getting ready, and she injects herself with a needle.
Yeah, not her doing heroin in a sober
Is that
home.
what that was?
Probably not, but like I kind of took it as heroin or Ozempic, but Ozempic wasn't going on back then, so
Right.
in my mind it was heroin. And Bree's like, sorry, you have to wait. I need to introduce you properly.
I thought it was like hormones.
Oh, I think it is actually.
Oh, really?
Yes, you're right.
Because it went into her
It's
leg.
hormones. It's hormones because then she, like, I just remembered where the season goes. She tries to rape Orson. Oh, this is going to be a crazy season. No, because she and her mom drug Orson to try to get pregnant.
Right.
And they rape him.
Oh, that's bad. That's really
This is a crazy season of television. Wait, I forgot about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so she's injecting something bad.
And then Susan and Ian show up at the dinner party. They bring a cake.
And there's tension between Bree and Susan because they both think the other one is there to apologize. And Bree has a bit of a chip on her shoulder because she's like, I know what I'm about to expose.
She's got a chip on her shoulder. The room just got colder. But with the chance we've been given, we gotta be driven as hell.
Real. So then they're all giggling at the table, having a laugh. And then they introduce Alma. And everyone's like, oh my god, that's crazy. And Tom just goes, so you were in Canada this whole time? And she goes, yeah, so crazy. Everybody thought Orson killed me. I don't know where that came from. That's wild. Whoa, weird.
And then who shows up and interrupts the dinner?
The
The detective.
And he's like, I know. Has this been? Hello? Oh, it's working. Thought it wasn't for a second. And he's like, I know about the affair. I've known the whole time. Wait, he didn't say that. I made that up. I just made that up.
Oh.
Hold on.
Rewrote the episode.
Wait, okay. Guys, for some reason when I hit my mic, it starts working. It's crazy. Yeah, so he's like, we have to take Orson Hodge into questioning. And Susan's like, oh my god, like, why are you doing this right now? Whoa. ASMR. She's like, hey, you know what I hate?
What?
When people go on TikTok and they're like, hey, just got my coffee.
Oh,
Just
they
got
do
this.
that? Who's doing that?
Like people on like they do ASMR, like nails and tap. I hate ASMR.
I like
I
ASMR.
don't like it. Anyway, so she's like, the detective comes and he's like, we know about the affair. We need to take you into questioning. And she's like, I didn't know they would come tonight. And Bree gets pissed because she's like, why would you do that? And then Susan's like, I had information. I thought it would exonerate Mike. I told him. And then Ian's like, you went to go see Mike. Wait.
No, that's Daddy
not
Mafia
my
Boss.
impression. Oh my god.
You want...
What do you mean you went to go see Mike?
Yeah.
Susan, I thought I told you you could never see that man again. And then he storms out, says, we're done. And then Bree says, our friendship is over.
Yeah, it was very Ashley and Sherry.
Yeah.
And I wrote that I am starting to get why some people really don't like Susan.
No, I think her timing's bad, but I think she was in the right. Because, like, there's a clear-cut murderer here. And
But it's not Orson.
It's not, but if there is any evidence, like, you should be giving it to the police for a murder, especially if an innocent man is in jail.
Yeah, but like, I
think
guess...
she did the right thing, but the wrong approach.
Yeah, she's like, right answer, wrong equation.
Right. I mean, Orson did the same thing. He called the police and said,
That's
I have
true.
information about Monique Devereaux. And then he sent them
Devereaux.
to whatever her name is.
Poulier.
She sent the husband of Carolyn Bigsby. So
Right.
it's a chain of all bads.
And then Susan and Ian are talking about what has just transpired. And Susan is rambling as she does. And then she says that she loves him. And Ian gets all like happy and smug. Not even smug in a bad way, but he's just like, you just said you loved me.
Now he's over it. He's like, okay, never mind. We can get back together. But this scene, Susan was kind of pick me because
Yeah.
she was in there crying because her best friend Bree just dumped her and she's so mad at her and then all of a sudden they have this nice moment and then she completely forgets about the fight with her friend.
Yeah.
I was like, Susan,
Susie Q.
come on.
What do you think Carl is doing right now? Not right now, but at this time.
I'd probably just thinking about Susan. Or Julie wasn't there, so maybe he was taking care of Julie.
Julie.
Maybe he was hanging out with Julie. Maybe they went to go to a movie.
Oh,
together.
I like. What do you think they saw? What was out in 2006? Like Ratatouille.
I don't think they. No, I don't think they saw Ratatouille.
Like Grown Ups, maybe.
You know what movie I think he would have taken her to?
What?
Emma Roberts and Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good father-daughter movie that they both would have thoroughly enjoyed.
For sure.
I watched that on my plane to France.
Which Desperate Housewives, Wisteria Lane residents do you think would have enjoyed Wicked versus who would not have enjoyed it?
I think every single person there would have enjoyed Wicked. I can't imagine one person who wouldn't.
I think George.
I think, you know what? I don't think Gabby likes musicals.
I don't think she does either.
I think she would. I think she dreads.
I think Carlos hates musicals too.
I think Carlos likes musicals and Gabby hates them.
Carlos beat up 2 gay men.
But he didn't know they were gay. But I feel like he's the type that would like love. Like he's like looks really like tough at the gym, and in his headphones is Defying Gravity.
Now I'm down bad crying at
You
the
know that scene
gym.
from New Girl when Winston is in the car screaming, crying to Defying Gravity?
Sure.
That's
Carlos.
Carlos sometimes.
I think Tom can appreciate theater, but like he never goes to get the tickets himself. Like
Yeah.
Lynette will be like, "We're going to this thing," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." Like he just tags along.
I think Tom would be kind of bored. I don't think I think Lynette enjoys it, but she doesn't go out of her way to go, but she's going to see the movie.
Lynette also, I think, goes to experience theater or a big film like that purely so that she can feel cultured.
Real.
Yeah. Because she's like, oh, all I do all day is hang out with my awful, evil kids.
True.
And everybody else is doing this thing. Like, I just want to feel like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Susan loves Wicked.
Yeah.
She loves it. And I think Brie likes it, but I think she's more of like she likes the older, like Carousel.
Yes,
And
golden
she
age.
loves
Golden age.
Carousel.
She loves guys and dolls. Yes.
She would love Gypsy.
Yeah,
Funny
yeah.
Girl even.
Definitely. How to Succeed.
Oh. She loves
She's
How
Rosemary.
to Keep His Dinner Warm.
Yeah.
She loves that song.
The next scene is crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Austin is in a beautiful room, a beautiful bed, and there's a girl's arm around him, and he's saying this needs to stop. It doesn't feel right anymore. Now that things are more serious with Julie, and the girl pops her head up, and it's Danielle.
Dun dun dun.
To no one's surprise, especially when he's in the room. It's like they're absolutely in Bree's room.
That's disgusting.
Wait a minute. During the party,
That can't. No.
maybe they were at Edie's house.
Yeah. Yeah. It would make more sense if
Yeah,
that's
'cause
Edie's
weird
house.
timing.
Also, like, we don't see Edie this entire episode until now at the end.
Yeah.
When she's showing Alma a house.
Mm-hmm.
Where was Edie the rest of the time? Why did she not go to the dinner?
They exclude Edie all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then Edie's showing Alma the young house.
Almond.
And Alma wants it. She wants to take it. And she's like, I just want like a nice quiet street. And then that's the episode.
Dun 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 again.
It was such a fun episode. I was like excited to talk about it all week, and then I was sick, and then
Yeah.
Wicked happened.
I really liked this episode too. Listeners, please give us your thoughts on this latest episode. You know where to find us on our subreddit and also on our Facebook group. And also just talk to us, please.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't wait to go to see Wisteria Lane tomorrow.
I know.
We need to get back in the Desperate Housewives universe. We've been too sucked into Oz.
I just feel like there's a way to blend them.
I know.
Like, what if, hear me out, the house that fell on Nessa Rose was from Wisteria Lane?
You know, it would be the Young House too.
It sure would. It sure would.
Maybe Wisteria Lane is in Kansas.
The Eagle State.
The Eagle State. Do we have any listeners in Kansas? I don't think so. Alright guys, until next time, this has been We Know What You Did.
It makes us sick.
we're going to tell. And y'all come back now. You hear?